and big in your mind. All right, podcast.
Yes.
We're back. Now just a few housekeeping measures. We have the social media. We got Facebook. We got them all. We got Facebook. We got Twitter. We got Instagram. Even though that's done nothing for a while.
I mean, let's be real. Virtually none of our social media has done anything for a while.
Yeah.
I have been away in the city of crows. Wagga Wagga.
Oh, I thought that was Adelaide.
Wagga means crow.
Oh, Croco.
So yeah, and the Wiradjuri or whatever it's called language, they don't have plurals. They just say the same thing twice, and that's many.
Ah.
So it's the city of many crows.
What if the word's already a plural, like sheep?
Well, I mean, they don't call it sheep. They call it like Barangarata or whatever it is they call sheep.
Is that anywhere near close to what they call it?
I don't know what they call. Well, they don't have sheep.
Well, they do now.
Yeah, but they don't.
Well,
They would have just borrowed our word for sheep, probably.
No, but yeah, sheep. So sheep. I thought the City of Crows was Adelaide.
No, that's just because their AFL team is the Crows.
Oh. So it's city of some certain crows.
Wiradjuri word for sheep.
While you look that up, I've got an update.
Yes.
So
Dombok,
I
think.
So Dombok is sheep.
Yeah. Also, there's a town not too far from Wagga Wagga called Walla Walla. And I was like, come on, man. You're not even trying. Oh, and there's a town near Walla Walla called The Rock.
Wow. Do you think The Rock's been to The Rock?
I don't know. But the scary part is there is a The Rock Memorial Bowls Club. And I saw it and I was like, wait, what?
The Rock didn't die.
In fact, he can't.
Because
it doesn't matter what you think.
Okay, so update from last episode. So I'd love to play a clip here, but we can't.
Dumbo.
So we both picked Tekashi 6ix9ine, and at the time of recording that, it looked like he was going to get like 40 years jail or something. So he would literally get out of jail when he was 69, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's now almost been acquitted of all charges, and they reckon he'll get witness protection.
Why did he turn on somebody bigger?
Yeah, and the theory is it was 21 Savage because because he was like, yeah, I did a bunch of gang stuff, but 21 Savage, he's English. That's probably not, but that's the theory.
That makes sense in my mind.
So unless he gets killed in witness protection, and I think I took it as
that is possible.
I mean, he could
the
just.
The FBI is like ridiculously incompetent.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. He could just have a heart attack.
You made a heart attack or a heart attack?
A hunting accident or a shot in the face by accident?
That guy lived though.
Yeah, I know, but it's
and
still
then he
funny.
apologized to Dick Cheney for being in the way. Like, how? That's respect.
Was Dick Cheney a good one or a bad one?
What do you mean?
Like,
it was a bad shot.
No, but like, was he like stupid or was he good?
Okay,
you can.
He was the brains behind Bush and Cheney.
Oh,
yeah.
So was he stupid?
No, he was the smart one.
Okay.
And everyone reckons he's the one who was pulling all the strings, and George Bush was just up there being all dumb and likable, and then eventually just dumb.
Yeah, because okay. When you said brains, I thought you meant he was like, I concocted this myself. But yeah, I get you, man. Yeah. So he was a smart one, not like a.
Yeah, he was the one that, like, he was just sort of quietly doing his thing. And he was like, he was the last vice president that actually had any, like, power. but it wasn't real power. It was just like it was an
Uh,
arrangement.
So it's like, does the vice president really have nothing to do? Do they just hang out and wait?
Well, so what they do is yes, nothing. Also, like they're like the understudy president. So like
Oh, so if the president
breaks
died-
his leg in the second half, can't finish the game, they bring on the substitute, right? But otherwise, he's just sitting on the bench.
Yeah, okay.
But usually they'll get the vice president. He'll be like the attack dog because the president, and you might find this hard to believe, but there was a time when the president was actually the dignified one out of the two. And then the vice president was the one who'd go and say like all the loose shit, and he'd be like, "Yeah, well, I think John Boner is a boner, or something like that." Yeah, there's a guy called John Boner, but he said no, it's Boehner.
Oh yeah,
Like,
okay.
no, it's Boner.
It's like there's a street near my old place called Bonar Street, and they're like, it's Bonner, and I'm like, it's Bonar.
It could be Bonar.
Bonar. Sorry, I'm just this is gonna sound come off as really racist, but it sounds like a female African American name.
Bonar.
Bonar. My name is Bonar Latrice. See, I don't know. Is that look?
Well,
Because you know how they're all like French names.
I don't know if it's a French thing or if it was just like they didn't want to use white names because it was like the slave name or something.
Yeah.
And this is going to sound worse than anything you just said, but I also wonder to what extent illiteracy played a role. Like they didn't know how to spell Dominic or something.
So they just stuck a bunch of keys.
So they went like dynamic or something like that.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I guess it's a different topic.
Not that you're a bad person because you can't read. That's just how it was.
I mean, it's very much still is.
Still, well, I mean,
illiterate people at work all the time.
In America, it's like if you're poor, if you go to a bad school, you get into uni and you can barely read,
Yeah.
If you get into uni.
I mean, in the States, you just got to join the military and you get a free uni degree. And if you go to war, oh, well, you're in war.
Yeah. But you're not in debt. So
you're just in the line of fire. People actively trying to kill you, or people may kill you for your student debt. I mean,
well, that is true because they do eventually. You can't default on it, and they do refer it to debt collectors eventually. So, in America, I think over here it's just the government, which is the world's greatest debt collector.
Yeah, and we don't get interest, or we get very little.
I think it's no interest. Yeah.
Oh wow. No, they're
or like inflation rate, maybe in interest. I don't know.
Yeah. But I do believe you also had an update for your hit list, kill list, celebrity, whatever I called it.
So you remember how I definitely picked Karl Lagerfeld?
Yeah.
It was my 11th pick in my top 10.
My 11th pick was Coco Chanel.
Coco Chanel.
Yeah.
She's been dead for years.
No, the guy.
Oh, wait. Do you mean that guy that was the lead designer for Coco Chanel?
Yes.
You mean Karl Lagerfeld?
No, Coco Chanel. Chanel the brand. Actually, fun fact about him. So, apparently he was gay. I mean...
look at him.
Yeah. But, so, his life partner or whatever, he believed that you couldn't have sex with the one you loved, so it was all high-class escorts.
Wait, what?
So he never boned his lover. He, like, if to have sex, he just got high-class escorts.
High class, though?
Yeah, high class.
Okay. Well, that's not so bad.
Not like, hey, love, chuck us a 50 and all, you know.
So he never
apparently he
banged
never-
his life partner?
You know, never boned his life partner. I don't know. This was my boss told me this, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even know the guy. I didn't even know the guy existed.
Yeah.
I honestly thought his name was Coco Chanel.
No, I mean, Coco Chanel's a woman.
I have no idea who that is either.
She started that company, Chanel.
Wait, well, then didn't Karl Lagerfeld?
Yeah, he was just the head designer
Oh,
for basically forever since the 80s.
oh,
So she hired Karl Lagerfeld because they were like, man, this guy, his collar is like 6 inches tall, and like,
and he's never had gay sex with his partner. Only high-class prostitutes.
allegedly.
Actually, it was funny how my boss was telling me. She was like, oh yeah, high-class prostitutes, male, and I'm like, I figured being gay.
Why would
I,
that? How is that even confusing?
yeah, I was not confused. I don't know. We're in the lunchroom, and I was like, there's a bunch of people there, and I was like, but she like turned to me and was like, gay, and I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. I
She
figured.
was looking at you when she said gay.
Actually,
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
no, there's not. Have we said anything ill about gay people? Fun fact. I'll say this, then we can announce the topic. So someone came into work and they were like, "Oh, I was served by the gay fella," and all the ladies was like, "Oh, it's obviously Jared. It can't be XYZ of any of the other male staff members." And I'm like, "What?" Like, gay dudes, I don't ever have a haircut like this.
Oh, wait, was it you that he was talking about?
No, we don't know
Ah,
because nothing was done on the system, so we don't know. So my guess is it's not me.
But is there a guy there that's like sort of wafy and effeminate, whether he's gay or not?
No, not that I can think of.
Is there any guy there that would set off your gaydar if it were perhaps miscalibrated?
There was a guy that I used to work with ages ago, and it was like, I was like, oh, this dude's dead set, straight like a banana. Means he's not straight.
Yeah, took me a second. But wild bananas are straight.
Or if you look at them like with the curve, like, so.
No, but we bred them to be curved. Regular bananas are straight. They're 12 inches long. Full of seeds.
Full of seeds and ready to breed. No, yeah, and like I swore he was gay, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, me and my wife are having our first child," and I'm like, "Huh."
Well, maybe he's a rocket man.
Mm.
I'm trying to make that the new slang for a gay dude who's got a wife and
An astronaut fetish.
Well,
No, that's
a good term too.
That's Livin, Vida, Loca.
Oh, this is.
That's actually the thing.
What does La Vida Loca mean, actually?
Living the crazy life.
And the crazy life is settling down and being married to someone you don't really love.
I mean, you can love them, like.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. Elton
But
John
like you
loves his
can't.
wife, sort of. I mean, not like he loves his husband.
Yes. So the topic's natural disasters.
Speaking of Elton John's love life,
Wow.
he's actually got a very stable love life and many positive influences in his. Shouldn't have said his Elton John. I should have said someone like Mick Jagger because he's had like 7 wives.
And he just had a child recently.
A little sperm that could.
I mean, men keep producing it their entire life.
Yeah, and I don't think they slow down. Like, I don't think your sperm slow down when you get older.
They probably just start swimming the wrong direction. No. And it becomes powdered once you get to. So it's like a
pocket sand.
Okay, so back to the topic: natural disasters. What do you have, Michael? Because I had nothing.
Yeah, all right. So, what's your favorite natural disaster?
I'm gonna have to go with like I mean I can like the first thing I said. What's your favorite natural disaster? Giant robot.
Well, it might naturally occur.
Well, you can get him in SimCity, and you can be like, oh, and kill everything.
Actually, that's a good point. I like the UFO in SimCity.
Or if it's and it starts like
virtually the same thing, actually. No,
well, yeah. Well, now you can get in the most recent SimCity. You can get if you have too much disease, you can get a zombie outbreak.
you know what was the hardest one though? Riots,
Yeah,
because you had to do cops and ambulance.
it was cops, fire, and ambulance.
Yeah, you had to do all three of them at once, basically.
Yeah, it was. I mean, in the most recent one, you can just delete all the houses and like if you. I don't know if they fixed it, but when it first, like I haven't played it since it came out, which was like 5 years ago now. If there was a house where it's like, oh, there's too much rubbish, you could you delete them and you delete the rubbish as well. So you could fill up landfill and then delete the landfill and then place another one down. And the rubbish was just like, yeah, it's gone.
Have you played Cities?
Skylines, yeah.
City Skylines, yeah.
Or Cities XL or whatever it is.
Skylines, I think it's the one that everyone actually likes.
Yeah,
I think the rest of them weren't as good. But anyway, City Skylines, I was like, oh, I'll build a city with some canals through it. And I thought, all right, I need some water for the canals. Because I didn't realize you couldn't just put a canal down and there'd be water in it.
Oh.
So you have to like reroute a river into your canals to make them fill up with water.
Oh, you just flooded your town?
I just flooded the town because first of all, the town was actually lower than the river was. And the river was much bigger than the canal.
I've done that as well in cities. So
I just ended up with a whole residential neighborhood flooded.
Yeah, and then you just be like, delete.
Well, that's how I handled it.
Just delete people. Like, why can't we just do that in real life? Just delete people. I have met a lot of people I'd love to delete.
It's called murder.
Well, no, that's just killing them. That's just making them not alive. Why can't I just be like, go up to you with like a keyboard and plug it in and be like, delete?
Well, I think that would still be classed as murder.
Well, I mean, I'm not killing you per se. I'm deleting.
But if you have to say you're not killing someone, you're actually killing them.
Oh, well, then I'll just hit on the keyboard that I plugged into them. Let's go Control Z and bring it back.
What about a pause button?
Oh, like
just a pause button for people, and you don't have to like
ever unpause.
Yeah.
Well, that's still killing them because you're just like, I am trapping this person here. I mean, really not against their will because they don't have. This is really philosophical for natural disasters. I'm not really stopping them from doing anything because they don't have any wants because they're frozen in time.
Well, or is it kidnapping?
Well, yeah, I guess it'd be kidnapping then.
We need to get our legal expert on.
Who's our legal expert? Is he the one that's been representing us in all the hate crime cases that we've got against us at the moment?
Yeah, that let's just say he likes Grease. The movie.
I figured, yeah.
As well as The Country.
Both are equally valid.
Yeah, this is super inside. No one's going to get that. Anyway.
Look.
What about a fast forward button?
A fast forward button?
For individual people.
Do you want to just make the topic, the movie, click? Actually,
yeah, that wasn't movie.
I actually really like that movie. It's really good.
I thought it was one of his better ones.
Yeah, and what's his face is the angel of death. I am the angel of death.
Yeah, his name's Morty.
And my name is Mort. I'm the angel of death, Adam Sandler.
Which is funny because Mort means death.
Yeah, like Mortimer.
But people, so that means, so if you know a guy called Morty, and I'm sure there's some around still. There's Jews in the world, right? If you say Morty, someone's called Morty, that's like being called Deathy.
Yeah, it wasn't Mortimer. Doesn't Mortimer actually mean the angel of death or something?
I don't know.
Or bringer of death? I don't know. But if you all right, Rick and Morty, right? Yeah. So Rick is short for Richard, and Dick is short for Richard, and Morty is short for Mortimer, which means death. So you could call it Dick and Death.
That's a way better name.
I mean, now that I think about it, it sounds like a really violent gay porno. But oh, geez, Dick. Come here, Morty. I wanna.
Have you ever seen the original Rick and Morty cartoon? Like the
Oh,
where it was Doc and Marty.
Doc and Marty. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That's basically a gay porn now that I think about it.
well,
Put your balls in my mouth, Marty. Marty.
Well, the whole thing about that was they wanted him to do an animated Back to the Future show, but they couldn't, or they didn't want to because they saw that video that Dan Harmon made.
It means dead pond.
Oh.
That's such a bad name.
That's
dead pond.
Hey, dead pond. Well, in Greek, my name is Rose. Or Hebrew, I don't know.
Are you trying to make like a Rose by any other name joke?
No, that's not a joke. My name actually means Rose in Greek or something.
Might be Hebrew. It sounds Hebrew.
Yeah.
And a lot of English names are Hebrew. Michael, for example.
Isn't that just named after Archangel Michael?
Yep.
That's stupid.
What do you mean?
What is it?
Well, I don't know if it's that or if it's like
Michelangelo or something.
or if that's just what they
The Ninja Turtle.
Well, Michelangelo just means Michael Angel. So
do you reckon he was the angel of death?
Well, Michael wasn't the angel of death anyway.
Wasn't he?
No, he was the
Archangel?
The angel of he was the archangel and he's the angel of soldiers or something.
Oh, stupid.
Yeah. And they make an angel for
who's the angel of death? Who's the angel of death? He goes and
like Azrael or something.
Oh.
I don't know. They don't name it. I think they only name the angel of death in Kabbalah, which is like a tiny subsection of Jews.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then it became a Hollywood religion as well. Like it became like Scientology for a little while. And like there was just like there was like Angelina Jolie. I don't know if it was her in particular, but people like Angelina Jolie were like, I'm just really into Kabbalah lately. And
Really?
Kabbalah's just weird. It's like
It's just a money religion.
No, it's it's a mystic. It's Jewish mysticism or something.
Oh.
So you know how Christians have like a Trinity?
Yeah.
Like Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Well, the Kabbalists have got 11.
Yeah.
There's 11 like parts of God or something like that.
Oh.
And also God's a tree, I think.
Oh, so it's like
A little bit like
Druidism?
Norse religion as well, because they've got like the world tree.
Yeah. Or the tree, the whole world is a tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got that, and then it's got an expanded universe for the angels as well. And there's 7 angels instead of like 3. No, 2 in the vanilla Bible, right?
Oh, and then they've got like
They added like 5 extra ones.
they've got like fan fixes.
Yeah.
And
then they made Gabriel an archangel. Even though he's not.
He's in Supernatural.
Yeah, this Supernatural's based on Kabbalah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. But people get them mixed up. Basically.
I was about to say, if you push that, I was going to be like, there has never been a tree in Supernatural. All right, you look at any episode of it, there's never any tree. Actually, now turning back to it, natural disasters, plagues.
I heard a very interesting thing lately about
anti-vaxxers, the measles outbreak.
No.
Oh.
What was it about? It was about people of European descent.
Yeah.
Now, don't worry, this isn't going to get weird. Because they survived, because all their ancestors survived the Black Death and the Spanish flu, now that I think about it.
African American death, yes.
Well, I'll get to that in a second.
Oh, mate.
I shouldn't have said that.
How's it going? It's a joke, we get it.
So, what was I? Because they survived all those viruses. Well, I don't know if they were all viruses, but many of them were.
Yeah.
So, like your ancestors in Europe were ones that survived, and the other ones didn't get to have kids.
Yeah.
Because they died. So people with European ancestry have a higher resistance to HIV. Now, not.
But it's but aren't they completely different in the sense that one's incurable and one's you could have just taken antibiotics for and you've been fine?
Well, HIV is not. It's not incurable.
It's
it's
manageable.
Well, manageable. Like Magic Johnson basically doesn't have it anymore. Like if he stopped taking his medications, he'd suddenly have it again. But now he's got literally untraceable
Oh wow!
amounts of.
See, Magic Johnson. Just it's sidebar. Magic Johnson. Every time I hear his name after like knowing that Johnson also means penis, his name's just Magic Penis.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not if you got AIDS.
Well, and that's the other thing. HIV and AIDS are different, but I don't really.
Yeah.
I think it's just
HIV turns into AIDS or something.
something like that. Yeah.
Once it's been positive for enough time.
Yeah. Anyway, which is why in Africa, everyone, like straight, gay, whatever, was like really likely to get it.
Yeah.
But when AIDS came over here, it was
less so.
It was mainly gay people or junkies, like people who use needles.
Yeah.
Often who got it, and then it became a huge news story when some kid got an AIDS-infected blood transfusion.
Really?
Yeah, that's when people only started caring about it. Really.
Wow. Well, I mean, like, obviously, it's a sexually transmitted disease. I'm counting this as a natural disaster because I guess I don't know, maybe probably.
But it did occur probably naturally.
Yeah, but like you think about it, it's of course we're not going to have as much because, like, I don't know about it. Like, I've never studied or looked this up, but like in Africa, they wouldn't use condoms and stuff.
We don't use them that often here. It's only like 40% of people.
That's still 40 more percent.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know how many people are. Look, all I can really say is in Australia because I don't know about the States and stuff. Like I doubt I've ever met anyone with AIDS, or I don't know of anyone like oh, my family member had AIDS in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean,
actually no, I've heard of one.
I've met one older gay couple, and like they know like 50 guys who died in the 80s from it.
Wow. See, that's I know one, and it's like an uncle's cousin's father married into the family's sister's brother. It was a big stretch, and they were like, yeah, he had AIDS and died.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's rare enough, and then the people who do have it, you can't really tell because they're so well treated now.
Mm. Well, I don't know. I guess it's like a.
But it's only like 70 years old. No.
It wasn't
50 years old.
Oh, wasn't it 1880s? That was the first.
1969.
Really?
Or in the 60s. It started out as a gorilla disease. And then someone either ate a gorilla or banged a gorilla, depending on who you ask. And then it mutated, and then it became super infectious.
Oh, yeah, 1980s.
So yeah, it was basically like a brand new disease. That's why everyone was like, no one knew what to do.
Yeah, there was something that came around. I don't know. I thought it came. They were like, oh, it was found in a ship in the 1880s, and it was the first case ever documented. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a gorilla disease that turned into a human disease because some idiot ate a infected gorilla, I think. But it also could have been. A lot of people say it, but I've never heard any evidence for it.
Yeah, but like
a guy banged a gorilla.
I know we came from gorillas, but I was like, is it like
came from the same thing that gorillas came from?
Yeah, but like, is it like Technic is Lego and Lego bricks, but you can't put them together? Or is it like Connects where it's all the same? Like, forgive me for being crass. I mean, it's pretty funny. I don't know. Is this good? please
Yes.
send us a Facebook message or don't. Or email us at the email. Like, is it like can you do a gorilla? Are the parts interchangeable or like?
See, I would say they're probably more interchangeable than any other animal.
Yeah, because I was like saying like you can't do a cat. Oh, but yeah, but I like you know what I mean. It's, I don't know.
I don't.
I think we're
You
straight.
definitely can't do a duck. 'Cause
Wow.
it's got like 9 different tunnels inside there. Yeah, and
Ducks are into some freaky shit.
if you basically, unless you've got a corkscrew shaped wing.
You don't? I'm kidding. Well,
Yeah.
no, mine's fully normal.
Okay, wait.
All right.
Where are we?
Natural disasters.
Natural disasters.
Other than this podcast, it's an unnatural disaster.
Actually, I think I had an unnatural one in here. Oh, yeah, acid rain. I've never.
How does acid rain? Is that actually? I thought that was like a sci-fi thing.
No. But people exaggerate. Like when they say acid rain, you think like, oh, there's literally acid raining out of the sky that's going to burn my clothes off and my skin, right?
Yeah.
It's just regular rain, but it's got high enough acidity that it can corrode metal and stuff, like at a faster rate or something like that.
That's stupid. I like the sci-fi version where it's like, it's acid rain. Ah!
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure somewhere in China they've got acid rain that kills people. Seems like every couple of months there's like some giant industrial disaster in China. Like, oh yeah, 50 city blocks blew up this morning.
The iPhone factories.
No, if that happened, like, I think that like the world economy would crash, or Samsung would just get really.
See, have you seen the new Samsung thing, the folding phone?
But is it like a book folding? Sort of.
Have you not seen it?
I don't think. Oh wait, no. Is it like
It's like a.
So
phone.
like you can like fold it like that.
So it's like the shape of it's like the size of a tablet, right?
Mm.
But it can fold in the middle, and on the back is another screen, so you can use that as your phone, or you can unfold it and use the screen as a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems absolutely insane to me. Like,
See, I wonder if they're not at the point where they know some company has got an like insanely powerful like invention in the barrel that's coming, and they're just like, we need to get as much bullshit out now before everything we sell becomes irrelevant and the market gets destroyed forever.
oh yeah, like
Because they knew about the iPhone for like years before it came out. And you remember just before it came out, they were just selling all kinds of shitty MP3 players and Nokia whatevers and
yeah,
stuff. And there was so many different varieties of everything. And even Apple was putting out like, they went like Nano, and then they went like Nano Touch.
Nano Touch Plus.
Yeah, and then they just started making all these infinite varieties of MP3 player.
Hmm.
And then the iPhone comes out, MP3 player is irrelevant. Because
Well, no, they stayed on for a while because iPhone didn't take off till like 3, 4, and then 5 was the big one.
yeah,
Because people had been because
three was when it started to pick up. But
yeah, because when iPhone came out, there was I remember there was a couple of kids at school that was like, "Lol, iPhone." I'm like, cool, but not. I'll stick with my iPod Touch and my regular phone.
Yeah, actually, I was like that. I didn't want to take
Like, I only got my first smartphone like 2013 or 14. Like, I had the Nokia C3, which is just a BlackBerry ripoff,
Yeah,
which worked for me because I was like, I didn't really care, and I liked actually having the keyboard, like the full QWERTY keyboard on my phone. That was cool.
I always thought those you always knew a kid was rich at our school if his phone was one of a Sony Ericsson.
What? That's the poor man's phone.
Is it?
Back then, yeah. Like
Well,
the Sony
I just
Ericsson,
didn't
like
like
the
them.
Like
I didn't like people with Sony Ericsson phones.
yeah, they're a bit douchey. I mean, most of the people went to school were douches.
Oh yeah, that's what happens when you go to a private school.
Yeah. I don't know.
And all boys.
Yeah, no.
Like that was rough.
Yeah.
But it's a miracle neither of us are gay.
It's not how gay works. We had the gay agenda forced upon it. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's like phone. Yeah, no, the folding phone. That's a disaster in itself. Because I'm like, I don't think that's gonna sell Samsung because it's like $1,500-$2,000 or something. And I get it's like a tablet as well, but like, get a tablet and a regular phone, and that's much cheaper than $2,000.
Or
Like,
get a regular phone. Why do you really need a tablet?
well, like what you just explained with the whole like MP3 player thing, and then iPhone comes out, and then it was almost irrelevant.
Mm.
It's like my phone, Samsung Note 9, is probably just under half the screen size of an iPad Mini, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, if my phone's that big, why do I need a? And this is like extra wide. I love this phone. It's so good. I get like the extra wide bits on Netflix.
Samsung, inspiring and game changing.
Samsung, give us money. You're welcome. All 3 people that are going to listen to this, one of them being me.
No, I don't listen to this shit, dude.
I mean, I listen back to it because it's the only thing that I know that's good. Because I've listened to it before. It's like how people just cycle through. They watch all however many seasons of The Office, and then they're like, "All right, let's start again," because it's the only thing that they know is good. Well, The Office, I like The Office. It's good, both of them. The English Office is better because I think Ricky Gervais is way more of a terrible boss than Michael.
Yeah. See, here's what I've observed about English Office, American Office. At least with Australians. I don't know if it's different. Anyway. People who've worked in a bad office environment tend to prefer English Office.
Yeah.
People who've worked in either good offices or have never worked in an office, they tend to prefer the American one.
Yeah. See, okay. The thing with that is, right, so this is my theory on why The Office was so popular, right? Because everyone just, so you know how, like, you see yourself, like, you like, put yourself into the situation of a show. For example, when we were growing up, it was like you were JD and I was Turk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we watched Scrubs like 10 years ago now.
Because I'm white and you're...
Cool. But yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, or like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm obviously Jay because I'm the only funny one here. You're Boyle because you like food and stuff.
And because I'm fiercely loyal and a good friend.
Yeah, that too.
You know what rhymes with Boyle? Loyal.
Let's do it, Boyle. Boil. Katie's Amy because she's somewhat neurotic. She'll never listen to this, I'm glad.
See, oh wait, you said Amy. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I got them mixed up. I thought you said she was Gina.
No, she's not Gina.
Yeah, she thinks she's Gina.
She thinks she's Gina, yeah, and she'll say, look, she'll probably she's never gonna listen to this. And then just slot in any other person into whatever character you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like, so back to my original point, people just slot themselves in as Jim in the office, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I work in an office. I'm the only sane person in here. And there's one other sane person who's my best friend, and they end up marrying, spoiler alert, for like a 10-year-old show. My boss is stupid. I have a neurotic guy that sits across from me. I've got the older lady that sits nearby me, and all she's like is, that's nice. And then there's the guy that doesn't give two shits about anything, who sits around and he's like, when can I go home?
Yeah.
And then there's the other, like, a normal guy who doesn't work in your section, but you're really good friends with.
And then there's the infuriating senior manager.
Yeah.
Who just talks like a corporate robot.
Oh yeah, I have like there's at least 10 at work. But yeah, like everyone just slots themselves in as Jim, which is quite honestly the best spot to be in that show. Quite honestly, I would want to be Creed because he doesn't do anything.
I don't. I haven't watched The American Office.
He's the old guy. Easily one of the better characters.
In the mustache?
No.
Oh.
He's old and he's bald. No, just watch The Office. It's great. You'll love it. But yeah, that's exactly how they got their success because they're like, yeah. But I mean, it wasn't a natural disaster. What do you got next on your list? Because I have nothing. Also, you can hear the rain through the headset.
You ever met anyone who got struck by lightning? Not exactly a disaster, but a personal disaster.
I don't know. I had a coworker, and she was not quite. She was all there, but she was a bit weird. She went on. I get going on. So being a tourist and going on a ghost tour, but she went on ghost tours in Sydney, like every second weekend. I'm like, there can't be that many ghost tours in Sydney.
That's like a once a year thing. Come on.
Oh, not even.
She might have gone on the same one, and she's like, "Oh, I'll see something different this time."
No, man, this was like every second weekend. She was like, "Oh, I did my." She'd always come and be like, "I did my ghost tour."
Oh, well, like the same company's one, and then like, "Oh, we didn't see it." Is it like fishing? You know, sometimes you go fishing and there's nothing
I don't
biting.
catch anything. I don't know. I didn't really get that close to her. I only worked with her for like a month.
I've only been on a ghost tour once, and I'm 90% sure there was just someone. Is it Jenolan Caves? And it's a cave tour, but they don't turn all the lights on, and you just carry.
What, you're just in a cave?
No, you got torches and stuff, and the guy's got a candle, right?
Oh, that's it. And if your candle
No,
blows out, ooh, it's a ghost.
And he tells stories about all the people that have died in the caves, and then like suddenly you're like, and then he'll say like, and then there was a ghost that he'll say something offhanded, like there was a guy he had OCD and he always turned the light switches on and off, and then you'd go a bit further down the cave, and then suddenly he'd go, and then you look up there and the lights are going on and off. And I'm like, I'm 90% sure there's just some other employee following us at a distance. And you've just given the signal to flick the light switch on and off.
That's it. That's stupid. But back to my original point. Yeah, she was a bit loopy, and I totally forgot what I was going to say. Goes to loopy. What was that before? Yeah, like after that though. Struck by lightning. That's it. She reckoned she was struck by lightning through the phone. So how the story goes, or so she told me, she was on a landline, and during a storm, and there was a lightning bolt, and she just collapsed. Or like there was thunder or whatever, and there was a big flash, and she then collapsed. And she reckoned she was struck by lightning.
My mum always used to tell me if there was a thunderstorm not to use the phone or not to use the internet.
I think that was just her trying to get you off the phone and the computer.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I mean, yeah, okay, electricity is electricity. Copper is copper.
Well,
it makes sense that it could happen.
But don't they have things for it if it does strike an electrical thing that something can absorb it or something?
Usually, yeah.
I thought that was
but only for buildings that are like taller than every other building.
Oh no, I get that they've got like lightning rods, but I thought the electrical grid had a thing where if it gets struck by lightning and overloads the circuit, there's something that can absorb all the
most of the box or something.
Like sort of like I thought it was like a big like battery or something. I don't know.
The phone line's different though.
I assume they have it too. I don't know. It's all electricity.
I don't know. I know a little bit about this stuff, but not that much.
You're absolutely overqualified for this podcast. Yeah, I thought it was like, but yeah, apparently she was struck by lightning through a phone, and I was like, not, and I'm like, and I said to her, I'm like, wow, did it hurt? And she's like, I don't think so. I don't remember. And I'm like, okay.
Well, that actually kind of makes sense because your brain is all electricity as well. So
Yeah, but like,
I mean, okay. I don't know about is it physically possible for her to get struck by lightning through the phone, but if she were, there's a good chance she wouldn't remember it.
oh yeah, no, I get that, but like, I know that you like, if electricity is strong enough, anything can hold electricity, right? So like wood, which is naturally or normally not a conductor of electricity, can be if you just like ram electricity into it as hard as you can. Michael's got his face going. He's on his phone.
So lightning ranks second to floods in storm-related deaths in the United States. 60 people are killed by it every year. And apparently they can go through a landline phone because it's not surge protected.
Oh.
And it can go through your handset and into your head.
I just thought
people have died that way.
Wow, I just thought she was a nut job.
So you can't joke about it because people have died and
yeah, well, we can't joke about going to the bathroom because people have died there. Elvis.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, how dare you joke about the bathroom? Elvis died on the toilet.
You can't speak ill of the king.
Mm.
Do you reckon he was shitting while he died? Or you reckon he was just on the toilet for some other reason?
How did he die? Was it a heart attack?
I mean, I assume so. You've heard how he ate.
Yeah, or it could have been a stroke or a hemorrhage.
Because he was one of those people that got fat really quick. And that's got to be worse for you than getting fat gradually like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Because it's like you've got so much weight on you, and then suddenly you've got like 10 times more, but your heart has less time to adjust to carrying around that much weight.
Yeah, and you wouldn't. It's like if you grow up being fat, you have a different bone structure and stuff.
Oh, dude. Have you ever looked at the carbs of someone who used to be like obese and then has lost the weight?
What, just
like tree trunks?
Wow.
Because their most well-developed muscles are all in their legs.
Oh yeah,
but it's just buried under loads of fat.
Yeah.
So when they lose it, they've suddenly got these giant, like disproportionate legs.
I mean, I've got these monster ass calves, which are like.
I wish I could swap my calves with my forearms.
Why do you want to be? Do you want to be Popeye? I've got these monster forearms as well, like around my elbows. Gross.
Mm.
I mean, not monsters.
Were you someone who went to the gym and you just you did this one, the wrist curl?
No, when I was younger, I had hand trainers or grip trainers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so when I was like playing like Counter-Strike or something and I was dead, I just have a go on the grip trainer.
So did that grip trainer factor into any other hobbies of yours?
Having really strong handshakes. No, I didn't use the grip trainer to wank.
Well, you wouldn't use the grip trainer. You would use the grip that you've developed with it.
I mean, yeah, if I wanted to rip my dick. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I had a grip trainer for the longest time. I want to get one again because I'm playing a lot of WoW, which is a lot of waiting. And then a lot of Apex, which is a lot of dying quickly and then waiting for my team to die. Or my team being like, yeah, I'll revive you, don't worry. And then they don't. And then I'm like, cool, I just wasted like 5 minutes here. I would have left if you didn't.
Mm. Well, I remember there was a brief time when I was on a fitness kick, but also playing WoW.
Mm.
And like if I died during a raid, I'd just get down and start doing push-ups.
Yeah, then you get like battle res, and it's like,
shit.
I mean, no, I know there was a guy that he played WoW, but what he did was he set it up on a treadmill and he just walked the whole time he was playing WoW. And so like, you could be playing like WoW is a long game, like.
Like you'd be running for like 8 hours.
Oh no, it wasn't. I don't think he was running. I think he was just walking. But like, yeah, he lost a ton of weight because he was just walking. If he was just like going to like a long session,
and you bet he wasn't eating during that time either.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
Because I used to play WoW and Greys.
Yeah.
Like literally like that dude in South Park. He's got like the bowl of chips on his belly.
Did you actually do that?
Not like that, but like
Oh.
that's the image I'm trying to invoke.
Uh,
I was fat.
yeah, I know. I'm still fat.
I'm a reformed fat kid.
I'm still fat. I wasn't a fat kid. I was a fat teenager. Now a fat young
No, but you were
adult.
jacked for a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jacked-ish.
I don't know. I still feel like I'm strong, but I'm.
You used to have that like Corey Taylor neck.
Oh yeah, where it like
From
molded.
Slipknot.
Yeah, that's rugby for you. Where it like molds in like. It's just like a slow like curve into my shoulders.
Yeah. Well, more like a V. The V taper into your head.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I got to back into sport. I want to. That's a disaster, if anything. Because like play right. So there's odds tag, right, which is like flag football, I think, and then I want to do that, but then like the comp sucks. It's just garbage. And then finding a team, and the team is like,
Like the quality of play sucks, or just
oh, the refs, like one of the, like last time we played, one of the refs was smoking on the field. And I'm like, can you not do that while I'm like breathing in deeply and heavily?
yeah.
And then
Oh,
like,
so it's just it's dodge.
it's dodge and like getting a team together. People are like, yeah, I'll do it. And then they come for 3 weeks and they're like, oh, we're not winning. Okay, we'll leave then.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not winning because people don't turn up. And like there are people that'll do it, and then like I want to play basketball, but then like the people that I want to play basketball with don't want to play basketball, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I'll join a random team, but then I got to join like find random people, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll go play like indoor soccer or something, but then I'm like real fat, so they'll put me as goalie. I don't want to be goalie because that's gay, and I want to run around. And then I was looking at, hey man, maybe I can play dodgeball, and then I've got to join a dodgeball team, and then like all of them are named after the movie Dodgeball. It's like, oh, you can dodge a wrench, still can car. Oh wow, no, it's never been done before. And then like I wanted, and then like but then I got to like. So I'm like, hey man, you want to play dodgeball? And they're like, no man, that's gay. And I'm like, well, what? Then I got to join another team, like more random people. I don't want to meet random people. I don't have to meet people.
I wanted to play basketball with you.
Yeah, I was trying to get Jammo going and just
I don't even know how to play basketball, but I want to learn.
Because I was trying to get, I don't know, I was trying to get because there's the basketball court at Jammo's work at Centennial Park, and I think there's one over near my old apartment.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, just go there, we'll just play. But then I don't have a basketball, and Jammo's got the basketball, and then I don't have basketball shoes, and I got to organize the time to do it. And then I'm usually doing stuff, and then like people are like, oh, I don't want to play basketball. And then it's like, then it's 1-on-1, and it's just me and Jammo, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Jammo will rip on me because he's like that much taller than me, and like he's better and he's more fit. And he's played basketball more recently.
He's not
like,
taller.
he's like that much taller.
Oh, right.
And he's like, his arms are like, go from his shoulders like down to his knees. This is a really bad image I'm giving people if they've never met Jammo. Yeah, and then it's like 1-on-1, and then he's like way fitter, and I'll be like, cool, 10 minutes, all right, cool, I'm half time, and he'll be like, what?
Yeah.
Like eighth time, like, yeah. Nah, I'd love to do sport, but I don't know. And then going to the gym is just going to the gym because to get better at going to the gym, to go to the gym more, to get better at going to the gym.
Going to the gym's only like I only managed to get onto going to the gym properly when I had something I was training for.
See, that's the thing.
Because that's what the gym's actually for, is to make you better of an athlete for when you do the thing.
Yeah.
When the thing is being at the gym, it's like,
yeah, I went to the,
it's like going up an escalator to nowhere.
Because what I was doing in the gym was I was like watching Netflix and being on Facebook and doing like playing Hearthstone or something on my phone while just being on the treadmill for an hour, which worked out well. But then I was like, I'm just going to do this at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. There are sports out there I'd like to do, but I don't. Like European handball, I think that'd be mad, but we're not in Europe.
No one plays that here.
Well, I don't even think they played much in Europe.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, really. Like, I'd never heard of it until we had to play it in PE class that one time.
So cool.
Gym class.
I loved European, when we played European handball.
Well, what's a sport you can play with 2 people if you have to, but you can add indefinitely amounts of people?
World of Warcraft.
Oh no, then you can only add up to 25, I think, or is it 40?
40
40, yeah.
or 100 if you're going for the 100 level 1 gnomes raiding Hogger. Did you ever do one of those?
No.
No, they a while ago, I think it was like Pandas or something, they'd organize it on the Reddit, and so you'd make a level 1 gnome and go to a specific spot, and then the organizer would add everyone, and then they'd make a note, then they make a train from wherever they started to the place where they were going, and yeah, that's complete. But yeah, I don't know. Natural disasters. You know, the natural disaster that I reckon will happen, maybe natural or not natural, probably won't happen now that I think about it.
Mm.
Zombies.
Mm. I reckon there's some diseases that are kind of close, like mad cow or Jacob's Creutzfeldt or whatever it's called.
There's the one that like infects ants and reanimates them so that the parasite.
No, that's another thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's actually like that's something that there's some bug that does that. It like lays its eggs and then the larval thing of the bug takes the ant over or something.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. It's some weird shit, but no, there's a thing. There's a disease you can get from getting bitten by something that's infected by it, or like fluid transfer more generally.
Yeah.
And then when you get it, it gives you dementia. It gives you like a walking impairment, changes your gait, and eventually it can make you want to bite people.
What was it, bar salts?
No, it's not bath salts. No, it's I forget what it's called, but it's called a prion.
Prion, yeah.
Yeah, which is like literally an undead
Where really?
virus sort of thing.
Because I know, like, I don't know.
It's just like it's a block of like proteins that aren't folded correctly
Oh.
or something, and then
So
it's not alive, but it moves and
yeah. See, here's the sci-fi enthusiast in me, right? Why does it have to be like undead? What if there are aliens that like? Probably not going to happen now that I think about it, because there's the whole thing about alien. Yeah, that like take over a human host, like Alien, but not like the movie Alien.
yeah, that's true.
Like I know they obviously
It's always a virus, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's like
No one even does magic zombies anymore. Remember magic zombies?
where they like rose from the dead.
It was like voodoo and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a reason that doesn't work, or that's no longer a thing, because it's like
Well, I think the voodoo zombies were sort of real. It's just they weren't undead. They were just like severely hypnotized, like brain damaged people.
oh, what?
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, it makes sense if it's in like folklore. Most folklore has like a explanation. Like Bigfoot, it's just a dude in a suit and another dude with a camera that's trying to take a photo from 40 meters away. The Hello Kitty toy camera.
Yeah.
There was the only thing I had on me.
But what if it is? What if it's a guy in a suit, but like
He lives out.
like he lives there and he always wears the suit.
Yeah, but then like he would have died because the most recent photo was like the 60s or something.
Oh yeah, that's actually that is what always bothered me about Bigfoot. I'm like, okay, how long do these big feet live? That there's one, and
Maybe it's like the Phantom Mask where it gets passed down. So it's like
maybe we're Bigfoot.
Maybe humans are Bigfoot, and it was just a real hairy dude with real big feet.
And you know what they say about that?
Bigfoot doesn't exist. I mean, look, I get the whole thing where it's like there's like the abominable snowman, we have the Yowie. As the other only two things I can think of at this point, but Or the
Sasquatch.
Chupacabra. Or at least the
Wait, are you
cartoon.
talking about things that are Bigfoot or things
Things
that
that like are like a Bigfoot.
Oh, because Yowie and Abdominal Snowman are. I know I said abdominal. Just go with it.
He's just got mad abs.
The-
Sitting in a cave in the Himalayas, just
my
working
theory,
out.
if they were real, they would be the same like species as Bigfoot
Yeah, that's what I'm
because they're
saying.
practically the same thing. But I think the chupacabra is like a weird demon rat thing,
Oh,
or a
well,
bear with mange. That's the other theory.
there's a cartoon that I watched, and the Chupacabra was like a tall, standing, hairy thing.
Well, that cartoon's wrong
Well, it's a cartoon.
about a thing that's not real.
No, I don't even remember what it was. I used to watch it when I got home from school, like when I was like 17. What?
I was trying to think if what I watched, if that was the. No, I don't remember.
I don't
Well,
know.
it wasn't Freakazoid, was it?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was on after Ben 10, and Ben 10 was my jam.
I couldn't get into Ben 10.
It was pretty cool when he was a kid, and then he became older, and Kevin turned up, and he was like, "I'm Kevin." Oh, and he's like, "I'm Ben 18." Like Ben 10 when he was a kid, and it was just
Because he was 10?
yeah, and it was Uncle something, and then Gwen. If I remember, all the names rhymed, and like he had like the original like Omnitrix monsters. They were cool, but like no.
I don't even know any of the words you said.
Like he has a watch, and he's like, activate this one, and then he activates that one, or he didn't. I can't remember. He couldn't choose or something. I don't know. And there was 10 of them, and he was 10, and Gwen was also 10.
Is her name Gwen 10?
No, her name's
Because then they'd be sisters, yeah.
well, I mean, his cousin or something. I can't remember, but she's in the later one, and she's got like, she's basically Violet from The Incredibles. She's like,
Oh, right.
yeah, and then like Kevin, which is sort of a rhyme, I guess. Stupid. All right, I'm talking about Ben 10. All right, any final
There's
thoughts?
not Ken?
Oh, it might be I can't remember the grandpa's name.
Because Ken rhymes with Ben.
It might be
Starts with the K.
Might be Uncle Ken. I can't remember. Probably not. All right, cool. Any final thoughts?
I just want to reiterate that I did not understand Ben 10 and I couldn't get it.
I like Ben. Don't worry. We'll get into Ben 10 lore next episode.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, goodbye.